All right, let's take a look at knowledge check 4.6.1. All right, first step, once again, we're going to create this weight vector that contains several weight values for children. And actually, in this case, we do have a little bit of a difference from the previous ones that we saw. Here we have what looks like a missing value, right? So something may have happened in the recording process or the data registration process where now we have a bunch of weights, but then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The sixth element actually has an NA, and NA represents not available. It's a missing value. So let's go down to step 2. Now, if we were to compute the min, we see that we get NA as an output. Well, what's going on here? What if we go ahead and do the max? We get NA again. How about the mean? Again, we get NA. And the deal here is anytime we have one or more missing values within a vector, and we want to apply an operation such as the summary statistic operations, we need to remove that missing value. Well, we don't want to have to modify the vector. Rather, what we can do is these functions all have na.rm, which means remove the NA, and we're going to set that to true. The default is set to false, so we need to modify that, change that to true. And now when we run that, now we see we get our minimum weight. So let's go down here for our max. Again, we'll set that to true. And we get our max value. Let's go ahead and set this one to true. I made a mistake. Well, what happened? Well, one thing that we need to make sure that we do, and we'll talk about this a little bit more when we get into data types, is that true and false within R always need to be all caps. So here we just did capital T, but then lowercase RUE for true, right? And that is not going to tell R that actually what we're trying to do is change it to true. So we need to change and have all uppercase. There we go. So now we get our mean of 88 for our weight, and we need to do median. Again, we need to add true, and we can do SD weight na.rm equals true. There we go. Now, this is a very common operation that we'll do later on. As we start pulling in data sets from external sources, we almost always have some kind of missing values. So we always want to make sure when we are doing summary statistics, we are including na.rm equals true. Or when you do compute some summary statistics and you notice that there's an na as an output, that is likely what's happening. All right, last step here is apply summary. And we did this in the last knowledge check, but you'll notice that there's one additional bit of information that we get in this summary function call. And since we have missing values, summary will return one more element here that's NAs, and it'll tell you how many missing values are in that vector.